President Muhammadu Buhari has commended the resilience of African governments in the act of dealing with evil groups, armed bandits and terrorism. The President made this commendation at the 73rd session of the Executive Committee and 41st Conference of Speakers of National Parliaments of the African Parliamentary Union held in Abuja. President Buhari says he is hopeful the African Parliamentary Union will develop strategies to assist governments in confronting the menace. Ayobami Kwashe tells us more.
Terrorism and banditry and organized crimes have continued to be a security challenge for member states of the African Union. The proliferations of arms aided by abuse of the ease of movement of persons across free borders, which is to encourage African unity, have contributed to acts of terrorism by terror organizations. These were the words of President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, at the 73rd session of the Executive Committee and 41st Conference of Speakers of National Parliament of the African Parliamentary Union. The President says his administration's fight against insurgency have done a lot to reverse the terror trend and all the advancement of Boko Haram, and also initiated programs to address the widespread of poverty, which has been identified as a significant factor fueling unrest and boosting terror recruitment.
In spite of this progress, we are not unmindful of the remaining challenges of armed invaders who ransack villages and small farming communities and commit terrible acts, including the cold-blooded murder of women and children. We are also making progress in addressing this challenge. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, while I commend the actions of the African governments in dealing with these evil groups, it is my strong belief that the APU will develop strategies to assist governments in confronting this menace.
For the Senate President, he says, the legislative have a duty to play in stimulating growth and development while supporting the executive arm of government with strong legislation.
We have a huge youth demographic looking to government to secure their future. We as legislators must play our own role in stimulating growth and development in order to properly respond to the circumstances and meet the expectations of our people. In most of our different countries, the cardinals and objectives of the executive arm of government in the areas of fighting corruption, good governance, fight against terrorism are all based on a great amount of support from the legislative arm of government. We have a key role here to support the executive arm of government with strong legislation that will ensure that their programs are successful.
At the conference, President Buhari further said the recently concluded forum on China-Africa cooperation held in China. Many trade and cooperation agreements running into hundreds of billions of dollars were signed between China and individual African countries. From the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Ayobami Kwashe reporting.